I just need to get a new headset at some point here. But anyways, yeah, CrowdStrike. That's crazy. I think it's like there's like BitLocker or whatever. I think is what it is on Windows gets used, and this is like a security thing, but something with you. Something messed up somewhere.
You heard my whole conversation on the phone that I didn't know you were listening to.
I heard a little bit of it, yeah. But
DNS not being resolved, but somehow when I do a ping on the command line, it tells me the IP address. So I have to swap the host name within a database connection string with the actual IP address that maps to the host, and then it works.
yeah, crazy.
Hey, Gamlord.
Yeah, there's a lot of outages and stuff today going on because of all that. So we'll see. It'll get resolved, I'm sure. Falcon sensor. I have no idea.
The question is, how can we profit off of this? Do we short Microsoft now? And whoever CrowdStrike is, I have no. Who is CrowdStrike?
I
Sounds like
think
a
that they're a
video
security.
game.
I think they're a security software company.
So what do they have to do with bringing down Windows? Because Windows relies as them as a partner for patching their operating system. Like what?
I think it's. Gosh, I want to say it's something to do with like BitLocker or whatever, like encryption for your hard drive or whatnot. But I don't know, man.
You know how much money they cost the economy?
Well, yeah.
How do you spell crowd? CROO. Okay. CrowdStrike Holdings is an American cybersecurity technology company based in Austin, Texas. It provides cloud workload protection and endpoint security, threat intelligence, cyber attack response services. Yeah, like airlines are grounded. Mac and Linux hosts are not impacted.
Yeah, because it's basically encryption capabilities and security capabilities.
People are asking on my Google search, why is CrowdStrike on my computer? CrowdStrike is engineered to thwart attempts at compromising computer systems by monitoring and analyzing activities. Isn't it? Obviously, we're humans, right? But
Yeah.
Isn't it fascinating that security companies whose mission is to ensure stability and security on machines is now responsible for a huge outage that compromises or that is contrary to stability and productivity.
What? It happens.
It happens and things get stronger. Hence, you're familiar with the book Anti-Fragile, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, things, they'll be stronger after this, although who knows if they'll be dropped from a bunch of people or what. The company's probably going to be hit pretty hard after this.
Yeah, we got to short their stock. Let me see if they're traded, publicly traded. They probably are because it said CrowdStrike Holdings.
Yeah. I don't know. It could be private, yeah.
F that. We're going to short them.
Oh, man. Well, it's already probably tanking. I'm guessing if their stock is going, it's down.
No, it's down 3.35%. Oh no, pre-market. No, it was down 3.35% pre-market this morning. No. Start over. Take two. It yesterday it was down 3.35%. Pre-market this morning before the market opens, it's down 10%.
Yeah. Huh.
But for the whole month, it's been diving. What was it looking like 6 months ago? Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh, they maybe have a kernel driver for some security task and push the patch driver or push some changes, which makes their driver crash. Yeah. Would it happen if they did trunk based development? You know how
They
much I
did.
hate feature branches, right?
Yeah, wouldn't happen if they did Trump-based development. Gotta do.
Do you listen to or subscribe to anything tech, or are you tapped out like me and like you're besides this mastermind thing? You're not really gun ho about software development.
I mean, I look at stuff on Twitter. When it pops up, um, I'll occasionally check. Um, there's like it's called like the Daily Do or Morning Do or something like that. It's a guy named Alvin Ashcroft puts it out. Basically, just an aggregate of like a bunch of links from around, and I'll scan and see if there's anything that seems interesting in there. Um, and then I'll usually check out what um, and Jericho Martin's doing a code opinion on his YouTube channel. But that's pretty much it.
Look at this one.
Yeah, I saw that one just before I
That's
got
fun.
on. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
That reminds me of when I lost my virginity.
That's
uh,
pretty weird. But hmm. So how about that?
yeah, because this morning I couldn't log on to a VM. So like I messaged my manager at like 6:30 in the morning. I'm sure he wasn't happy about that because he's on mountain time.
Oh,
But try to act like, hey, I'm Scott Nimrod at 6:30 in the morning. I'm on it on a Friday.
time to take the day off.
Pretty much. Look at this.
Yeah. Think of all the money that's going to be lost in the Indian call centers.
The scam centers.
Yeah. I don't know why
Well, money
that
lost or
statement.
money gained? Because don't they rely on that? That's probably surging right now in the when elderly people type in Google "what's wrong with my machine" and it's a whole bunch of sponsored ads by the Indian scammers.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
That's how they do it, right? That's one of their channels or nets. Yeah, you're not lying. Employers are losing a lot of money with their employees just sitting in front of a blue screen.
Yep.
Now, where is this at? What country do you think this is? It looks like
No idea.
Philippines. It looks like Philippines.
I remember one time I was working at a company and that we had a network outage. Basically, like some switch got into this like infinite loop, and it basically just shut down the entire company for like an hour or something like that. But
This could
um,
be Korea. It's probably South Korea. Oh,
those
all
white
Asians
ladies
look
in the
alike to
back,
me. Where?
right there, that gal in the red
Well,
sweater.
she's probably the supervisor.
Anyways,
Privilege.
but but like we all walked out of our offices and just like or just kind of looked around because the phones didn't work because they're all IP phones. Like it was just like the Stone Age. Everyone's like, what do we do? People are talking on their chatting on their like cell phones, trying to figure things out. It's pretty funny.
I don't think this is real.
Yeah, those are all fake.
It's probably Russia. Can you imagine working for a country? Well, I guess, yeah. So I wonder if it's like professionally being paid to write viruses for Russia, China, and United States.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I mean they all do it, so
You're familiar with what is it called? Is it Stuxnet? I forget the name of it. The
yeah,
Iran one.
yeah, yeah. So far, I don't know. My I guess my machine must not be using that software, so it must be a very specific set of. I'm guessing it's very specific, like banks and airlines and things that where security is like extremely
Wow.
important.
NASA found a perfectly cut trillion-ton rectangular iceberg floating off of the Larsen Sea ice shelf in 2018.
Weird.
So, what is the motivation for someone posting this?
Nature's amazing.
No, but it's not. Okay, it's a lie. Nature doesn't carve out perfectly geometric shapes. It doesn't.
Well, it could.
It doesn't. It
There's a
doesn't
there's
carve
a
out perfect triangles or perfect hexagons. There's things that
yeah. There's
aren't
natural shapes,
hexagons
but
or triangles that aren't perfect, but it doesn't do a 90-degree angle. It doesn't. So, like, what's the motivation for someone doing this?
I don't know. Maybe it's just the perfect. Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's clickbait. I don't understand like why
Hmm.
they should be punished.
Hmm.
Anyways, I barely go on Twitter. It's only to send you a message or the link.
Yeah, I've been watching it a lot in the last few days because I've been watching the RNC convention. Um, I don't know if you watched it. How about that assassination attempt too? I tell you, dude,
Do they know anything about him?
they're still trying to figure it out
I mean,
because
he
it's
he definitely looks like a killer.
yeah. I mean the assumption is that at this point is that he's a lone wolf guy who just wants to. There's a lot of conspiracies out there though about it. Or
You don't
I
think
mean,
he was groomed?
it's possible. I saw something last night, but who knows about like offshore accounts that he might have or something. Until we hear his definitive evidence, it's really hard to say what any of it is. So, um, I mean, there was like the whole BlackRock commercial thing, and then those stocks getting shorted, right?
You see the
Like it's
video?
just so weird. Yeah,
That
yeah,
reminds me of when I lost my virginity. It was that quick.
yeah.
And then it just collapses. Yeah.
But
The
man, I
internet
tell you,
is a waste of human attention. Look at me. I'm just surfing. I'm like a chick. I'm just surfing, scrolling.
yeah. But I don't know, man. I tell you what, the that whole thing with the assassin, it gets me this close to becoming religious because it's just, man. I tell you, there's that's just the like. I don't. I mean,
The probability that he didn't get killed, like with the AR-15 bullet that just
like
grazed his ear.
just the exact moment of that movement, and somehow he survived. That's just like I don't know. It was crazy. Did you watch?
Uh,
Did you watch? Well, I assume you didn't watch any of the RNC, but
nah.
Hulk Hogan was there and he did his T-shirt rip thing.
Oh no.
Did you see? Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, he got.
Hulkamania.
Well, I'm not sure if he could still do that. Is
But
that
he
not
did
like a
it.
trademark of WWF and they fired him for his racist rant?
Hulk?
Hulk Hogan, yeah. You know he
Ah,
got fired
probably.
by WWF, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And they removed all his memorabilia.
Nuts. Well, he was pretty good last night, anyways.
You know, Hulk Hogan is old. Is he still in shape?
He
Or
looks.
has
He looked pretty good at the speech last night.
I thought you said at the beach last night.
No, the speech.
Why is it so hard to find a clip?
Just go on YouTube and find it. But yeah, I don't know, something about that. And dude, that convention was really. I know I've watched parts of convention before, but it's usually all pretty. But this one was freaking wild. It was well run and just like there was a lot of moments where teary eyed type stuff. When they did this, they brought out a bunch of the families from the soldiers that died in the Afghanistan exit. That 13 soldiers that got killed. Man, that was some
Hold on, what happened?
powerful stuff.
Soldiers that got killed from what?
There's to the Gold Star families from the 13 that got killed in the Afghanistan exit. They brought them out and they got
Oh,
to kind of share their names
oh
and
wow, that
stories.
was powerful.
Yeah, yeah, it was man, dude, probably not a dry eye in the place, I swear. I don't know. There was, and then this they brought up this World War II veteran who stormed the beach at Normandy, and he said that he would. He's like, I would re-enlist for Trump. It's just this.
I thought I was sharing my screen. Apparently, I
You were
wasn't.
for a second,
Oh, okay.
and now
The
then it
the
went
Trump
away.
shooting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you agree with the Afghan war?
Do I agree with it? What do you
Did
mean?
you agree with it?
Yeah. I mean, in terms of the initial beginning of it, for sure. I don't know why we had to be there for how
20
many years
years.
we were there.
20.
We should have just lobbed took out. Um, gosh, I don't even think
Osama
about
bin
them
Laden.
anymore. Yeah, what's Al Qaeda? Yeah, and Osama bin Laden, taking them out and then just exited. And
Well, I mean, it took them like 10 years just to find them and kill them.
yeah, but it wasn't even in Afghanistan. But there was a whole network there that they would have dismantled. But the trying to nation build it I don't know. Did you hear the story about when he went and visited the Trump visited with the Taliban leader, and he's like, hey, basically they're like, we're gonna leave, but you need
Trump
to
or
not.
Biden?
No, Trump was planning the exit of Afghanistan, but he was
Okay.
doing it in a slow and methodical fashion, and said there was milestones like you have to do this, and then we're gonna do this and whatever, and they talked, they had it all planned out, I guess. But he basically showed the guy a picture of his house, and he said, "If you do this, I'm going to kill you." And then he leaves the room. I don't know. There's a podcast where these guys are talking about this story, and
The
it's
Taliban said that to Trump.
no. Trump did that to the Taliban leader. He showed him, dropped him a picture of his house, and basically said it. You know, if you mess with us, I'm going to kill you.
Um,
And then he left. Just dropped the mic and walked out. So Um, but yeah, that's a pretty good like thing. But those 13, they all during that then it became just like they just left and they left a ton of equipment and they freaking now I guess Afghanistan sells a bunch of the equipment around the world or whatever and
well,
yeah, it's just like yeah, that all got undone. I mean, there was lots of different people that were, helped the United States in Afghanistan. I'm sure that they all got shit on afterwards. So it's I don't know, man. It's a sad situation, but I don't know. There's still like there was some hot rumors that last night, especially that Biden's going to drop out by this weekend, actually too. And
But Michelle Obama, she's going to be our president. Now, tell me how
Mike,
effed up that is. I for
that's my
for
favorite computer.
for
What am
news
I?
agencies to even like entertain that idea, like it makes it a popularity contest. Like, oh, it's just retarded. I'm so ashamed of being an American
Why?
because you people are retarded. You guys don't think with logic at all.
You
Everything about
guys? Who?
everything is about influencing influencers. People don't want to. Yeah, I hate what the culture has become.
There's a lot of culture out there that's not. The thing is, you need to get off the internet and realize that there's a lot of people out there outside
I'm
of
a tech
Miami.
engineer.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to be on social media all the time. You just write code for.
I'm not. I despise it. I
Yeah,
just watch a lot of YouTube.
that's social media.
I is it? Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you say the comment section, or no, you
Well,
just
yeah.
okay.
I mean, then
I
people
mean,
are.
if you
It's a
watch
video platform.
CNN, it's social media.
You ever watch Shorts on YouTube? It's just a big
I mean,
social
I
media
don't binge
platform.
watch it.
But yeah, I mean, you get outside of like especially bigger cities, and I think the world's a lot different. You just need to find a nice rural town and go and settle down, man. You'll be much happier.
I want to take a wife in Amish country.
You should go to Eastern Europe or the Scandinavia and find a nice wife there. There's this guy.
I want a
He's a
nice
social
white
media
woman
guy.
in Eastern Europe.
Speedy. He's hanging out with all these ladies over there.
Who's Speedy?
I don't know. I keep seeing. I don't know how he ended up on my like Twitter feed, but there's this guy named Speed something, and he's like, he's just. They keep showing pictures of him hanging out with these like really attractive Eastern European and Scandinavian women. So
Remember Speedy Gonzalez?
yeah,
Was he canceled?
I think he was.
You know what I'm about to do, right?
Actually, you know what? One of my so you know, honestly, like the that shooting and stuff happening that was a pretty big deal. But so the Secret Service lady said that they didn't have anybody on that roof because it was unsafe because it was sloped. The roof was sloped. Um, and so now there's all these memes about like protect your house from federal agents. Put a sloped ramp on the front of your house.
yeah.
Oh God. Maybe he isn't.
Indiegogo, it's Shadowbinders, our second chance offer to
Wow.
keys that got Dr. Seuss canceled, but Mexicans won't have anything to do with the cancellation of Speedy Gonzales.
Right, because maybe they're just tired of outrage mobs on Twitter speaking for them.
Yeah, you know what? If you're going to speak on behalf,
I used to get tired of Bill Cosby speaking for me. Like, it amazed me how CNN believes that black people have a spokesperson. White people don't have a spokesperson. So when he finally caught his rape charge, I'm like, finally, they could stop interviewing him and believing that he speaks for all of us. Done, Dempsey. What does Gambler say? I didn't notice any. Our company barely has a Windows box, and I didn't go anywhere. There are perfect cubes and stuff in nature, crystally things, fractally, just rarely this big. Yeah, point taken, Gambler. Gambler is smart. Gambler, where do you go to school at? You can tell he has a university degree
Probably
in,
Switzerland
in STEM.
University. Not Steam.
Steam. You play, I think I asked you this. You play your Xbox or PlayStation?
Not very often. My kids
I'm,
do.
I downloaded a RTS game and attempted to play it for 10 minutes and then put it back. It was
Why?
what is it?
Company of Heroes?
Yeah. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I love Halo Wars, and it just didn't feel like Halo Wars. And I don't even think you managed like an economy. I didn't see anything like supply pads or.
Yeah, I always thought that Company of Heroes was more of a tactical game than a strategy game, but I don't know. You'd have to try it. If you had Xbox, you could try Age of Empires, but too, but you don't have an Xbox, so you could always play it on your PC though.
I could always buy one, but I mean, next generation consoles are probably coming out in another 3 years.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah, I
that?
don't know when the next generation is coming out.
I hit trees like Sonny Bono. Oh no, from Cleveland to Toronto. Oh,
Got a new puppy then.
so I wonder how many people officially can't work today. What we say
Probably
about a
quite a
puppy?
bit. I said I got a new puppy.
Oh, let me see.
I'll have to go grab him in a second. All right. This is the little guy.
Cujo.
He's
It looks
he's a
like a.
French.
I was gonna say it looks like it has a mix with a pug or something.
No, he's a French bulldog. The only thing is like his ear. This one's a little floppy, and this one's sometimes floppy. But most of the time, Frenchies their ears are standing straight up. But his are a little floppy.
So whose
But
dog is that? Yours or hers?
mostly hers. The other dog's my dog, but he's good. He's a pretty good dog. He's very very mellow.
They get
Um,
along okay? The two dogs.
well, the other dog's a lot bigger, so he wants to play hard, and this guy just can't keep up with him. He tries, but he's not big enough yet. But his name's Charlie, but I call him Spuds because he looks like a potato.
Spuds McKenzie.
Yeah, I call him Spuds because he just looks like a potato. He's got this big old pot belly and then the coloring. So,
So you have a fenced-in backyard.
yep, yeah. Although I worry about letting him out and just letting him roam right now because he's still small enough where I think an eagle could pick him up. You know?
You have eagles,
Oh yeah, we got tons of eagles. Eagles are
like
like
American
everywhere.
bald eagles. Or
Yeah.
you just have like or hawks. I think you meant
No.
hawks.
No, I wouldn't be worried about hawks. I do worry about eagles because they're pretty big. I mean,
Mm.
they mostly do fishing and stuff, I suppose. But yeah, dude, it's
Oh, they are endangered.
Yeah, I mean they were.
And
I
how
mean,
were they endangered? How does a bird get endangered?
people hunted them, I'm guessing.
A bird?
Yeah, you can shoot birds, but
Google.
no. I mean, growing up, it was a rare sight to see a bald eagle, but now they're like freaking everywhere up here. Like you just go down the road and see a bald eagle. I just driving up, saw a bald eagle on the side of the road, just eating some stuff. I can see their nests everywhere.
Habitat destruction, illegal shooting, pesticides.
Yeah, there's a ton of bald eagles up here, though. I think my dad was actually commenting on that, like how it's funny, like up here now, it's so common to see bald eagles, but you don't even
Lead
really
poisoning.
you don't really stop to take a look. But if you have somebody who's just not from around here, they they'll they'll stop and take pictures, and it'll be this big deal to see the bald eagles. But yeah, but no, there's bald eagles everywhere. There's a big nest like just down the street.
There's 300,000 of them in the United States.
Yeah.
But in 1963, there were 417.
Oh wow, it's nuts. Yeah, like I said, I don't remember seeing a ton of them growing up, but in the last like 20 years, maybe, um, they've just become like everywhere. I see them all the time.
I seen one when I was on a nature walk in Cleveland.
I don't know if they're mostly just up in this wooded area then, or yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna go bring him back upstairs quick. Say, boy.
Bye, Spuds.
All right, one sec. All right.
Hit
Kind of
trees like Sonny Bono. You know who Sonny Bono is?
Sonny Bono. Is that Sonny and Cher?
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
how he died?
Hitting trees.
A skiing accident. He collided with a tree.
Oh, oof. That's nuts, man. What else is going on?
They should make H-1B visas. They should suspend it until the economy recoups.
Well, maybe next year.
Ah.
Well,
Oh,
maybe next.
you're talking about with Trump being elected?
Yeah, if he gets elected, yeah. I mean, I don't want to get I don't want to get my hopes up and think it's like just a sure thing, because there's a lot that can happen between now and November.
A second assassination attempt?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's totally possible. And it might not be it might be a success. Who knows? But it would be, I don't know. I'm hoping that he gets in though.
When do you forecast that you and I will finally meet in person? One of our funerals?
Yeah, maybe. I'm just expecting one day for you for either you or me to just not show up, and we'll just never know why.
Yeah.
It'll be done.
Timestamp this. It's this was said on July 19th at 8:13 in the morning Eastern time.
Yeah.
You'll look up like Scott Nimrod, and on like page 3 of the search results, it'll have my obituary.
Yeah. What we should do is just try to both submit to pick like 2 or 3 conferences, and just keep rolling the dice submitting talks, and then if we both end up submitting talks and get accepted, then we'll go.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to submit to a conference, and everything's going to be driven by generative AI. I'm even going to use ChatGPT, whatever O stands for, and it's just going to do a voiceover while I'm at the podium. And I'm just going to be moving my lips, and it's going to give the entire discourse or conference talk in my
Eh.
voice as I'm moving my lips.
I suppose it's possible. Here, I'll give
It's
you
totally possible.
I'll-
It's meme worthy.
I'll give you the one that to submit to. It's not their call for speakers is probably not going to be until
I got
after
ignored my
September.
last submission.
You
Remember I sent you an email to review it or somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, they never even replied.
they didn't even send like a no
Nope.
thanks.
Nope.
Must be a smaller conference then.
I'm in a tech running group here in Miami,
Tech running group,
and like they run on the weekends.
dude, that's awesome. I wish I had that.
I'm in it. I don't participate because I can't run.
Well, you could try to get an electric scooter and just
They reached out
go,
to me.
guys.
Someone reached out to me on LinkedIn, and I said, "Yeah, I'll join." That's it.
So that's the one we should submit to, Code Mash.
Yeah,
It's
that's Sandusky, right?
Yeah.
I've still been. I cheated like a couple times, but I'm still been maintaining a 1 meal a day regiment.
Oh, you're doing OMAD? How's it going for you
I
then?
didn't know that was called OMAT. I've
1
probably
meal a day. It's just
I haven't weighed myself, but based on the number of people that have seen me telling me that I'm losing weight, I would assume I probably lost maybe 10, 15 pounds.
Oh, it's crazy, man. That's good.
But my
Yeah,
workouts are brutal, and it was hard because I used to always be starving at night, and I would just try to drink water to try to fill my stomach.
well, make sure you're getting enough calories in with that 1 meal. But
Well,
you
that
can
one meal, yeah, I eat a chicken dinner every day for lunch. So I'm assuming that's probably alone. Well, it's chicken.
Why
It's a
it got to be
huge.
chicken, man?
It's a huge chicken, mashed potatoes, and rice. And I eat
Okay.
that Monday through Friday
You get
in the
some steak
afternoon.
in there, man.
Oh, isn't chicken better, or isn't poultry better than red meat in regards to like mortality
I don't know.
or health, should I say?
I guess if you believe the
I believe it.
science that told you that salt was bad and that that margarine was better than butter.
Code Mash is a Java conference. What
No,
the
it's
F would
not.
I go to? That's what the website says.
It's not a Java conference.
Oh, it says it's a .NET conference, it's a Python conference. Okay.
Yeah, it's saying it's a polyglot conference.
It's a lot of people.
It's a mix of things. It's really cool too because you at the Kalahari is a nice venue.
That's the water park.
Yeah.
I maybe I'll take my son to Cedar Point. He can't really ride anything. He's hella tall, dude.
Yeah, we took our son and we took him and daughter and our kids to Valley Fair, which is owned by Cedar Point, and it's the same company, which is now all connected with Six Flags actually. But he there was a lot of stuff he couldn't ride there. Like he was just slightly. We stood in line for this roller coaster because I thought he could get on for like an hour, and we got up to it, and he was just like too short. I was like, son of a bitch. And we walked back down the thing. And it was like, because we were so excited to go on this roller coaster. But yeah, I don't
I haven't
remember.
been to a real amusement park in probably like 25 years, which makes me feel old.
Time to get back on the horse. Nah, I mean, if you can go on a day where it's like really quiet or whatever, I'm sure it'd be great. But Yeah, that's how I remember it. I spoke there in 2018, I think.
It's 4 days.
Hmm? Yeah, yeah. Well, it's just like I think there's like 1 or 2 days of like the really long conference. Maybe it's like one day of the full day workshops, and then it's like 2 or 3
Coding does
days.
not interest me at all. If I'm not doing a code kata of a chess thingy in a worthy language, I have no interest in a programming language.
Yeah. I used to be a lot more interested in it than I am now, but it just feels like there's nothing like you. I mean, I, there's certainly like new techniques and technologies you could learn, but like once you get the basics of programming down, there's really just not a lot after that, you know.
Who's the greatest contributor? What individual do you think was the greatest contributor to your knowledge of either software development or just coding?
I'd have to say myself.
That's arrogant.
Well, I mean, the biggest contributor.
Yeah,
Um,
I have two.
I would. Uh, I I'd put it maybe at like Steve McCall. This book was kind of the book that opened my eyes to like,
Code complete. Yep, I have
yeah,
it.
to probably my favorite one. It was really opened my eyes to just all the various quality concerns and things like that, and just how to write good software. And I don't know, maybe I don't know. Other than that, I don't know that I've ever had like a mentor that has taught me things.
It doesn't have to
Mostly,
be a mentor. It could just be someone on. It could be a blogger, uh, a YouTuber, but someone. So for me, Mark Seaman and Scott Bloshin. Mark Seaman has answered so many questions when I was learning F sharp, and he would write essays to answer my questions. And
yeah.
yeah,
See, I always just a big figure it out kind of person. Yeah, that it's I don't know. Trying to think of there's really just no person. There's a lot on software architecture that Derek Martin and that I appreciate about what he puts together um, on Code Opinion now.
I'm sure we have very diverse perspectives on designing or architecture design. I
Yeah,
got a I got a book that I'm trying to. Of course, I haven't read it, or I haven't maintained my reading in probably like 3 days. But it's what's this book called? Where are we at? Hold up, where is it at? It is called Solutions Architect's Handbook. So I've been trying to read that, but I took like the last 3 days off. I still have this like dangling solutions architect certification, even though I'm not actively like working on it. It's really working on the security part so that I can have enough confidence to then go on the track for solutions. I'm tired of learning, man.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. At some point, I suppose maybe I've reached that point that like it's like I know it's important for us to keep learning and stuff, but it's like I just don't want to do more. I just want to work with what we have. I mean, and just build the software and stop like bringing in a ton of new technologies, and everything is just basically the same. I don't know. We have some people at work that they really want to bring Tailwind in, and that's fine.
What's
I mean,
Selwyn?
Tailwind's like it's a CSS or you basically write a bunch of classes and it gets converted to CSS, and there's just this kind of expressive language for it. And a lot of people in the front end world like it, but it's another language basically I have to learn now. Like,
Yeah.
it's not, I mean, because it is like its own like sub language of, it's got its own rules about how you format things, and just a whole bunch of stuff I'll have to learn. And it's like, does that really move the needle, or is it just something we're more comfortable in?
You learned React.
Vue.
You protested React or boycotted React.
No, I just landed in Vue. Have you, somebody said like your first job kind of picks your technology stacks or whatever. Well, not
Yeah.
necessarily your first job, but
Mine's XAML.
your jobs basically, pick your technology stack for the most part. So we did Vue at a job a couple years ago. So now I'm like a full stack .NET Vue and Vue developer. That's kind of my niche specialty area, I suppose.
Nerd. Well, it appears I'm able to remote in to my VM that I couldn't do like 3-4 hours ago.
We got it figured out then, maybe. That's right, Gambler. You can't steal data if your machine isn't turned on.
Gamblor, did he ever reply to if he has a university or what university degree he had? Hold up.
Maybe he's a self-taught wunderkind. The word.
A coworker when I was 17, 20 years old. Team at DB40, team at Turbo.net as well. We learned today a Windows and BSOD is not a security problem. Gambler, did you go to university? Gambler is my only viewer.
Don't keep reminding him that. He'll get a complex.
If he boycotts me, I did a master's at Applied University. Rappers will. Masters? You're an overachiever.
Applied University Rapper Swill.
What school you go to? I asked you this before.
Me?
Yeah,
What school did I go to?
university.
The Hard Knocks School. No.
The Trap House.
Boom.
What does that say? It's the same
Bemidji
university,
State
right?
University. Yeah.
You got 2 bachelors?
I have 2. I've got a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Science. Dual degrees, man.
2008? What year?
9. Yeah. The degree of Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude, and Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude.
Oh, you belong to that family?
Yeah, I cum laude.
What? Remember I told you I thought cum laude was the name of a family?
Yeah. Well, these guys guys are part of a big family. Oh yeah. No, I cum laude. So.
Cum laude. That's good. You think what percentage of your computer science degree you think was relevant to your career?
Let me think of what wasn't relevant. It's all relevant. I don't know. Computer science is a lot about. It's like learning math. It's a lot of it is about. And I didn't realize this about math until after I took computer science and I started to reflect on, how this is all put together. But math is really just the process of giving you a problem. That's why they call them math problems. They give you a set of tools, which are patterns that you're supposed to match, and then you have to put the patterns, try to visualize how to put those tools together and use those tools in a way that will produce some sort of desired outcome. And that's all computer science is too, for the most part. It's just problem solving and tool application. So it's all of it was just practice in that realm. So I don't think there's anything that I did in computer science that I would say wasn't valuable or whatever. So it was all just practice and different techniques and getting visibility on a broad range of different kinds of problems. So
I think it contributed to me having a better understanding of what buffer overflow means.
yeah,
So
stack
like
overflows too.
the science of a computer, I think that contributed the most to error messages. Besides that, I don't. Is hubris the right word? I don't know. I might be butchering the word, but besides that, I don't think I really needed a computer science degree to learn and or appreciate data structures and algorithms.
Yeah, I think that's true of everything, though, right? It's not like like a university degree is somehow special in some way. Everything can be self-taught.
But I think I do appreciate it for teaching me what is a heap, what is a stack, what is a arithmetic logic unit, what are registers. I mean, I know registers probably don't matter at the level that we operate at, but when it comes to very cryptic error messages, I think it's helpful.
Well, yeah, too, but you kind of need to understand the anatomy of the computer too to understand data structures and algorithms and how they will work and why they work and the ways that they work. So
Do
it's
you?
yeah, I think so.
Uh,
I mean, it's basically you just
a
need to
B
understand
tree.
that you need to understand the trade-offs between memory and processing, right? And
Well, you need to understand.
there's always a trade-off between those two things.
You need to have a high level familiarity with big O notation.
Yeah.
But that's it. I just hate the fact that the floodgates opened and there's so many people in my industry that didn't go through formal university training, and I have to compete against them. So I'm that old angry guy
Yeah. The only
competing
one I
against
wish I could have taken.
high school graduates and the entire country of India.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of programming classes I wish I could have taken though. Still, um, at least with the professors that I had at the time. I don't know if they'd still be any good, but theory of computation and operating systems and actually compilers would have been fun to take.
I took that.
Yeah, I've tried.
My
I mean,
professor
I've tried
was
putting together
France.
stuff, but I always just never like get beyond the parser Lexer stuff. I after like I don't know. It's like I sit down. I'm like I'm gonna write stuff, but I did like language design. I have no interest in, but actually implementing a language design
Yeah,
would be
I
fun.
told you my operating systems and compiler, whatever. My professor is trans. I liked him or her. Um, he offered to write me. She offered to write me a recommendation. Like, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
Can't remember their name. I try to respect people that I know and that I respect. Well, I try to respect people that I respect.
well, I think that's true of everyone, though. It's like
If I
I,
don't know you, I don't think I should use your pronouns. But if I genuinely respect you and appreciate your contributions, and then I try to be respectful.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like I said, I think that's true of most people. It's like if you meet just people in real life, most people are cordial and nice to each other. I mean, as long as all of that's reciprocated, it's fine. Like a lot of this hype around, people just being bigots and racists and all this kind of crap is just bull crap. It's trying to get people angry about things so that they can move political needles, but it's in reality, I don't know. It's like there are definitely real issues out there, but on a personal level, there's not a lot of people that are super like. I just don't see a lot of people who are super like bigoted or mean
I wonder if
to other
chimps
people.
deal with the same social issues we deal with.
No, they got a whole different. Like we don't have to deal with people throwing shit at us.
You don't think a subset of them demand that their pronouns be respected? First world problems.
He'll call me ooh ooh ah ah, not ah ah ooh ooh. I'm an ooh ooh ah. Ah, ah.
I fall asleep to a lot of like Animal Planet videos. That stuff,
Yeah.
it's weird. I fall asleep to animals getting murdered,
Oh jeez.
and I've been consistently just falling asleep to that. Like I'll just play the audio on my YouTube, like on my phone, and I'll just go to bed and have it playing. And like hyenas are getting murdered, and I'm listening to it, and chimps are murdering like whatever monkeys, and I think my mother got me into that. She used to fall asleep to Aliens, Predator, and Arachnophobia, and she would turn it on consistently to go to bed.
Well, I can understand Alien because Alien, not necessarily Aliens,
Sigourney Weaver.
because Alien was a horror film and Aliens was an action film. But
Are you talking about the Blob?
no, but Alien's slow, so I could fall asleep to Alien. Like you have to be really wanting to watch that show in the right mood
That's
to
how I am
really
with
stay
Star
awake for it.
Wars. Rogue One is the best Star Wars movie ever. I saw that for the first time like a week or two ago. The last hour of that movie is nonstop violence.
Yeah,
Have you seen that movie?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It's definitely
I never heard how good it was.
it's definitely the best movies that came out in the Disney era of Star
The
Wars.
only movie that came out in the Disney era.
Well, no, they've had three movies. The whole
Disney tries really hard to. They try really hard to make sure that women or girls are like the leading actors in their films now.
you know
At first I didn't notice, but then like I was thinking about this yesterday or a couple of days ago. Like the last X-Men movie, maybe it was the last, but like Wolverine's daughter or whatever.
oh
Yeah.
Logan that was Fox, but Logan was a good that wasn't even Disney at all.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
I assume Disney owned Marvel.
they do now, but when Logan came out, they didn't.
Okay.
So I've been thinking about this because I was trying to understand. Like, there's definitely movies and shows where, like, you could if you looked at them a certain way, you could say, "Oh, this is woke" or whatever. Or this is like whatever. But there's something where, like, some movies that's just not the case, and I figured it out that it all comes down to how authentic it feels. Like, there was nothing about Star Wars Force Awakens that I felt was unauthentic, except for maybe some gratuitous cameos. Like I didn't like Harrison Ford's parts as much, but Ray was great. Um, it felt authentic. It was fine. There was a lot of fan service in it. It was a good start to a new trilogy. And then like Last Jedi, like it just didn't feel authentic. Like it's not even like, and people will say, "Oh, you're sexist or whatever," but like that the commander that they had, they just this one-off purple-haired commander who became like she sacrificed herself for every like, and then like Ray at the end lifting all these rocks and like just things didn't feel authentic. and I think it has to feel like authentic too. There's another thing, like, okay, take a movie like, I think it was like Star Wars, or no, Star Trek. There's a scene where they made one of the guys gay. That's fine, whatever. I don't have any problem with him being gay, but the way that they filmed it, like they highlighted it. It didn't feel like an authentic thing that they would do unless they were trying to make a point.
Yeah.
And then I juxtapose that with a movie or a show like Arcane, which has they've basically so it's a League of Legends show, but there's absolutely nothing that feels unauthentic about this character Vi and Caitlyn's, like, this lesbian relationship that's basically they brew between them. But it's the thing is that it all feels authentic, and people want authentic stories. So to me too, like when you take like, and maybe I never understood this about like the whitewashing thing a long time ago, but it makes sense now that if you take something that is supposed to be a certain way and you put a different person that wouldn't be there in that time period or whatever, it just
Mhm.
makes it feel totally unauthentic, and it's just not fun to watch. Like the Lord of the Rings of Power, and putting like that's a European like
Not to
story.
cut you off, but I love this scene. This scene is so iconic.
Yeah,
Like Rogue One, this movie gave me goosebumps, man.
yeah. This is a good freaking film.
Like the
I
way
mean,
they introduced Darth Vader. Well, I mean they didn't introduce him, but the way they introduced Darth Vader at the end of this, like this is a perfect scene.
yeah,
I don't know who directed this movie. This is a perfect scene, man. And I'm not even a movie critic. Look at like, oh my god.
yeah.
Like I get goosebumps watching it every single time.
And I think that's the same thing with like
Oh my god. I watch this scene more than Pornhub. Like this scene is just the bomb. Oh.
yeah. And then he gives the card away at the very end, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's like,
Make the plans.
launch! 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 The scene was just I wonder how much time they spent doing the scene, because I think it was done perfectly.
Yeah, and then you end up with the starting scene of oh, he's holding that all. Oh, I guess there may be enough atmosphere where they can breathe there, but um and then this is the start basically of the next movie. So it's yeah, the seamless flow. Yeah, this is a good film. And here's another one where like, people are so pissed off about strong female leads. Well, the lead in this movie was great, but she felt authentically great. And I
Yeah.
think that's what it is. It's all about authenticity and how it feels, you know. So, and I don't think Hollywood gets that.
The beginning of the movie was very slow, which I mean, but the last hour of the movie was totally worth it. Like
Yeah, I tried to watch
I was
Andor.
just surprised because I was on the end of my seat the entire last hour of that movie. As soon as basically when they were uh doing the sabotage and they placed all the mines, and then from the Empire I can't say the word Empire
Empire.
Tower,
Yeah,
or the watchtower, the rook, whatever you want to call that tower, and they started seeing the explosions going off like every quarter mile in different areas. From that start of the movie, man, I was just glued to my seat. They did it really well, dude. It makes me want to be a movie director that I'll
yeah.
look at.
I guess Andor is supposed to be pretty good, which is on Disney Plus. It's part of that whole, because it's one of the guys from Rogue One. I don't even know what his story is, but I started trying to watch it, but it was really slow, so it was really hard to get into. I don't know if it picks up later. I think it was trying to be more of like a serious Star Wars show, but uh,
Well, the latest one on the Disney Channel, what is it called? Acolyte?
Acolyte, yeah,
Acolyte? It's
That's
almost
another one that just doesn't.
all female and all gay, and
Yeah, it doesn't. That's the thing is it doesn't feel natural or authentic. It feels forced, and that's the problem with it. Like because there's kind of like a certain amount of like you get people give like fanboys and stuff a lot of crap or whatever, but it's like there's a certain like mythos or structure to the world that you had in your head, and then they just blow it up. They don't even they don't even care, and so you break expectations. It doesn't feel authentic or real, and then you're just called a bigot for not liking it. And it's
mhm.
nothing to do with like the gay relationships in it. It has to do with the way that it feels forced. It's not authentic.
The authenticity of the Star Wars
Yeah,
that became successful
yeah, and you can
versus
have
what they're trying to migrate it
yeah,
uh,
like the
to
whole
get adoption from people that were normally not interested in the
yeah,
franchise.
yeah, yeah. So just like come up with something new. It's like they're like anytime now that they replace like either what would be like a white male actor with either someone of a different race or somebody of a different like or a female, right? It's like you're just taking a story that already was told and replacing the character. It doesn't like you're doing it intentionally, not because these people are particularly great actors or better actors. They might be great actors, but you're just doing it because you want to like fill some sort of whatever. Just build a new story with like with people that you can look up to that are
Social
black
agenda.
or
Yeah,
or women or whatever. Just build a new story around them, you know.
yeah.
But they don't want to build. They want to take old things and
Well,
rehash them.
they want to take a platform, right?
Yeah.
Star Wars is a platform so that they can use it for their agenda.
Yeah.
So
That happened too in Star Trek uh so Star Trek oh god, what is it? Uh oh my god, Destiny why oh Discovery. Discovery, like I had to basically leave it
I don't think
after
I
like
picked up.
before season.
When did that movie? Oh, you're talking about shows because I don't think any of
Star
the
Trek, yeah.
movies had that.
Star Trek had
My
so
favorite
they
one was
added like a
Mr. Futile.
yeah they had a like a some gay engineer guy and that felt a little gratuitous in it, but it worked out. It was fine. But then they added like this weird out of like what felt like left field. They added this weird like lady who like just was like gay. It just didn't feel like it was part of the story at all. Like why are you putting this in here? What's the arc? It just was entered into the storyline. It
Yeah.
was like just if you're gonna build something,
It's
build it.
like letting a little kid,
Yeah,
letting a little 6-year-old tell a story.
yeah. I don't yeah, it's
And
so
all of a sudden you have all these characters that are incongruent with the original start of the story.
yeah. And that's the thing, like you cannot tell me that I'll never believe that there would be in a European mythology, which is what Lord of the Rings is, that there would be this like this black, you know, dwarf woman that's like a lead character. Like you can't that just breaks the frickin' the immersion for me. It's nothing to do with race. If you read a story about that is in a world with black dwarves that are, you know, that have strong female leaders and it was a compelling story in its own right, that'd be fine. But it's not the Lord of the Rings, which is a European mythos. It'd be like if you took some sort of
Yeah.
African, you know, mythology or like story and just
It's like
started
Tom
throwing on
Cruise
a
in The
bunch of
Last
white people.
Samurai.
Well, didn't that happen though?
Yeah, I
Like I
think
thought
so.
that,
I think it
yeah,
was loosely based.
yeah. And there's another like super authentic story they could tell
Tom
because there was
Hanks, The
like this
Last Negro
one.
Alive.
Yeah, there was this one like black samurai or whatever, and make a story about that, make it into a movie, and make it super embellished and make him cool as fuck, and everyone will love it because it's an authentic story that was real, and it could be really cool. People liked Black Panther too because it was very authentic feeling, right?
Mhm.
I didn't think that movie from it was very authentic feeling, like everyone loved it.
I
There
never saw
wasn't
it.
a was a really good movie. I liked Black Panther. It was one of the
Didn't they have a sequel?
yeah, because the
Did that
main guy
flop?
died though. No, did pretty well. The main guy died in real life, which is sad, but T'Challa,
He wasn't that old, was he?
he had
He had
cancer.
cancer, right?
Yeah, but even
Yeah.
even how they did just wove that in, and he died in the film then too, and how they wove it in and just put a different person in his place felt great. I mean, it was fine.
Wonder how many movie stars died while producing a movie. Bruce Lee, whoever I don't know why my brain wants to say Oumuamua. The movie you just said.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
I thought it
Chadwick
was Chad something.
Chad something. Yeah, Chadwick. I don't know. Yeah,
Bruce Lee's son, he died while making a movie or while producing a movie. I'm sure there's a lot more people that have died while the movie is being produced.
they're releasing a new Gladiator.
There's some people that need to die while
Gladiator
movies are being produced.
Yeah.
Will Smith. Yeah, we'll get off, but I can't stand you people took him, and you guys are just.
What do you mean we took him?
Y'all took him, man, and I'm so sick and tired of seeing him everywhere on every commercial. I'm annoyed.
He got low key canceled for a while though because he
You know what I'm
slapped
talking about?
Chris Rock.
No, I'm not talking about Will Smith.
Oh, who are you talking about then?
I'm talking about the little short black comedian. That's
on Kevin Hart.
He is everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's like I'm sure that before y'all took him, he probably was really really funny, but then y'all took him and y'all massaged them into your humor and what you think is funny, and I'm tired of seeing him.
Or maybe we didn't take him. Maybe he just found a way to make it funny for a broad audience, and then
y'all took him. No. And so now his jokes or his comedy, I think it's just tailored towards mainstream America, right? You people. And I mean, look, he's successful. He's making hella money, but I see him on like every 3 to 4 commercials, whether it's a credit card, whether it's I don't know, airline company. Like he's just
making his money. Come on.
He is. It's just I'm tired of seeing him everywhere.
Did we take Chappelle too from you?
He's the younger version of Samuel Jackson, because Samuel Jackson isn't ubiquitous, but Kevin Hart is ubiquitous everywhere, man.
Did we take Chappelle from you too?
No, Chappelle I think is still authentic. He's still funny. I still laugh at his jokes. Kevin Hart, again, like I understand that he's getting money, and I understand that things that I find are funny isn't necessarily mainstream. But I think Dave Chappelle has still maintained Dave Chappelle. I'm not so confident that Kevin Hart has still maintained Kevin Hart, and I understand why. I just don't. I'm tired of seeing him. He's more ubiquitous than Dave Chappelle. Like he's on almost every commercial. So,
yeah.
On that note,
I suppose
I don't know what to do at work today. Go to a strip club or something. I haven't been to a strip club in a long time.
I haven't been to one in.
Let's go to the one on the Indian reservation. You haven't been to one in 5 years? What? A bachelor party?
Yeah, we had my brother-in-law's bachelor party, and we went to it was just like 4 of us. We went to an escape room and had some Indian food. Then we brought him to the strip club. And
did you feel uncomfortable when you went when you went there?
I do, but it's because it's a high pressure sales situation, and I don't like to be sold to.
I mean, your conscience wasn't bothering you that hey, this chick is like touching my thigh or rubbing up against me, and I'm happily married. Like, did you
No,
ever have that thought? No.
no. I mean, I'm fine with who I am. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think I was the only guy who didn't get the go to the back room or whatever. It's not the champagne room here because they don't allow alcohol in it. They're like dry
Yeah.
ones, but um,
I used to go. It was a routine for me to go to the strip club after every exam or like term paper or lab that I would have to do in physics. Physics was one of my hardest courses. And so I would decompress at the strip club. And it became a ritual. No, I haven't been to a strip club in I don't know, it's probably been like 7 or 8 months. And usually when I go it's because someone said, "Hey, meet me up here." And I'm like, all right. But I used to go by myself all the time. And that had nothing to do with perversion. It just had everything to do with wanting to hear like like gangster music, wanting to be surrounded by black folks, even if they were hood, and just wanting to just de-stress after something that was really, really hard on me. So, no pun intended.
yeah, I was looking for a joke there.
uh, so yeah, I mean, I don't really go anymore just because I don't. There's really not that much of a return on investment. People are
Really
kind
an
of like
investment.
nudging you to give you money,
It's
and then
entertainment.
the DJs try to make you feel bad for not. They think you're a drug dealer, and that's the thing that annoys me. Like the people that have limited lifespans, they go in there, they live that fast life, right? They sell drugs, they do things that are illegal. So they have an expiration date on their life. So they'll throw $100 or a couple $100 in the air. I'm sorry, I'm not throwing $5 in the air unless she works for it, right? And then I'll do $1 at a time. Like so I got tired of being peer pressured by the DJs. They'll try to shame you for not just throwing money for someone that's just
What do
standing
you
on the
mean
pole.
they like call you out like, "Hey, you, give money."
You'll sit at the bar and there's a pole um in the center of the bar, and the DJs will be like, "Yo, y'all got to take care of make sure you take care of the dancers. Yo, y'all must be broke. Like, I don't see any money being thrown. Y'all must be broke. If you're broke, then why are you here?" Like that type of shaming.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah, they didn't really have that at the club that I went to here. So
And then like here in Miami, it's the first time I ever seen them market or advertise like prostitution. They were like, "Yo, the back room is open. Back room is open. We also sell Viagra pills, Cialis, whatever you need." I'm like, "What?" Like I've never seen any
aren't
strip
those
club market it out in the
yeah
open.
aren't those like by prescription only though? I thought they were.
I've never seen a strip club
Yeah.
market prostitution just openly like that.
Jeez.
Like, so I'm like, let me get out of here before this place gets raided and my name shows up on some like I don't know list.
The list. Yeah, you can't go to wherever anymore. Yeah.
No, no, no,
You're
no.
not welcome in
List
the
as
state of
in like
Utah.
I get publicized on the Miami news,
Oh, yeah. You got to
which
go door to door and let
I don't
everyone know
agree
you're an
with.
offender.
I don't agree with. Like they try to shame like a school teacher for soliciting sex on a escort website, and it's like it's a
It's
school
grown
teacher.
ass adults.
It's
Yeah.
a it's he's not soliciting children. He's soliciting women because apparently the women in his life don't want to touch him. What's the issue? He's
Yeah.
willing to
Yeah.
pay to be touched. I don't understand. Why do people get married? Men get married to get touched for a really, really long time and to have approval. So I'm done venting.
Yeah. No, I'll agree with you on that one. It's there's a
Oh,
lot of laws that don't need to exist. So,
oh.
all right, I suppose get at it here.
All right, Gamlord, thank you for being my number one subscriber.
Oh, next
My
week
only one subscriber.
I might skip next week.
All
Because
right.
I'll be at a campground.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
pop up
probably.
one of these days, one of these weekends.
Let's skip next weekend or next Friday, unless you want to do it on Thursday.
You camp with your family or your friends?
Family.
Yeah.
It's always family for the most part. Yeah. Unless you want to do it on Thursday, so either skip Friday or do it Thursday morning. It's up to you.
Maybe Thursday. You got me in my head. Maybe I should try to plan a camping trip up in Toronto. I'm just afraid that it'll just be an argument with the chick and he's not a toddler anymore. At what age? I know you're trying to get off the phone or
No,
get
no,
off
no.
the
I'm
thing.
fine. I
At
don't.
what age is it appropriate for a child to go camping without it being stressful? At what age would they appreciate it versus complain?
Well, I mean, I don't know, because so there's two types of camp. There's glamping or whatever. That's what we do, and it's. I mean, it's like we have our own big camper ice house thing now, and it's like the kids they could just watch TV or they could be on like if we just put a hotspot, they could be on their tablet if they want. They don't care. They'll come out and do like swimming or fishing or like if there's something to do like that, they'll come out and do it or ride their bikes, whatever. Um, there's not a lot of complaining that goes on. I mean, but mostly it's just for an excuse for like the older people to sit around a campfire and drink and then eat food. That's kind of what camping is, or just go down pontoon.
I
But then
think
there's real camping.
during Gladiator. What is Gambler's comment about? I think
He's
the
like,
mentor
died
character.
on the set or a movie
Oh, I gotta research that. All right, so then you said,
or
and
whatever.
then there's camping.
Then there's real camping, which is what I'll be doing in. I mean, we call it a canoe trip, but you're camping at the end of August, where it's like you've got a tent and you've got, that's pretty much what you got,
Yeah,
and you're backpacking.
There was a movie that I almost watched with Kevin Spacey. I forgot the name of it, but it's whitewater rafting and they get taken hostage.
Oh yeah, I don't know
It
about
came
that
out in
one,
the early '90s. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
but yeah, I'll be doing that in August. You can come up for a canoe trip sometime, but
River Wild, is that the name of it? I
I
can't
don't know.
remember.
River
I'll pull it up.
Wild. That was 1994. The River Wild.
Yeah, something like that.
That's Kevin Spacey.
Was it Kevin Spacey? I don't know. I
It doesn't
confuse
look like it.
characters. What's his name?
Kevin Bacon.
Same thing.
It's
Who's Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey was he got kind of canceled because he's gay and he like supposedly like something with some dude on sets. I don't know. He played a lot of different roles, but I don't know what would be his top role. Probably the dad in American Beauty. I would say probably was maybe
Yeah,
his breakout. What is he known for?
almost watched River Wild last weekend.
What is he known for? House of Cards and American Beauty, The Usual Suspects, 7, Baby Driver 21. He was also Lex Luthor once.
Oh, you mean
Bosses.
Alex Baldwin?
No, he had just had all the charges dropped on him. Dude, I don't. Did you ever watch American Beauty, the movie?
No.
Like they had us watch that movie in high school because it was like that was the year it was like the Academy Award winning top film.
He looks nice with a beard.
And I did not understand what that movie was about at that time. Like it was just like, what is this? Is just stupid. How did this win? Now, if I watch that movie, it's freaking hilarious. It is. It is so funny. Like I understand exactly what they were going for and all of that. Like there's some stupid parts of it, but the scene where Kevin Spacey goes to the drive-through and after he quits his job and like asks for for a application, and then when he has his interview, and the guy's like, "I think you're overqualified to work here,"
Kevin Spacey and Alex Baldwin look alike. I don't understand.
No, they don't. They look nothing alike.
They look like twins to me. Hold up. That's Kevin Spacey. They look alike to me. Okay. On that note, I guess we could part ways.
All right.
Hello. Sorry for bothering you. I want to offer
The bot.
Okay. All right. Hey, peace. It's
right.
not like you can actually do work, but
I can do work.
the outage. All right. We'll catch up. See you.
Yep. See you. Bye.